something that a guy like that was invented on a plantation.
Yeah.
That's been passed down for 5
Yeah,
generations.
something that like a wino started in like 1952 said.
Yeah,
And then all the people with jobs quoted him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a guy whispered to Charles Bukowski one day. Yeah.
A guy just screaming about the military-industrial complex in like 1953.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's guys who their sons die at war, and they go, yeah, well, you know, bird in the hands, two in the bush. It's like, can you process like a life event or an emotion or a moment? Can you exist in your own existence?
You know what? You miss 99%
Yeah.
of the shots you don't take or something like that.
You're like, your son is dead. He's like, hey, broken clock is right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I don't think that applies.
Well, you were saying your son's dead all day long.
He goes, yeah, he's a broken clock his whole life.
I need to get organized. You hear that one?
No, what is that?
Oh, I got to get organized.
I gotta get organized.
Yeah,
Remember Taxi Driver? He hangs up the thing.
Sometimes I think I should get one of those shirts that
Says,
say
I get-
a mug that say,
I gotta get
I
organized.
gotta get organized. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love deranged maniacs.
A deranged maniac who's surviving only off of like Garfield posters. A guy, the only thing separating him from shooting up his work and his family is going, Mondays, am I right?
Maniacally laughing at Married with Children episodes.
That's what's so great about the American Dream is those guys could so easily back in the day cosplay as a, because they go, I know what guys do. They walk out the door quickly with coffee. You have a jacket over this arm. You have coffee in this, and you get on the thing that takes you to the building where you do stuff.
Yeah.
You could just it's a blueprint that anyone could do. Now it's up in the air. Like now people are like, I know what I'll do. I'll become a bus driver. I'll memorize all the routes, and then I'll blow this whole damn city up.
Right.
I know what I'll do.
Yeah,
I could put bombs inside the livestock before they're shipped out to the people.
yeah,
People will eat the bombs.
Yeah.
I'll put poison in the chicken at the Tyson Chicken Farm that I work at.
yeah, but back in that day, that guy was like, you know what every successful guy does? He drinks a coffee with a cup of soup. And then they just like copy like a successful businessman they met once.
Yeah.
And then that carries them through life.
Every morning you gotta read the paper.
You got to read I put my tie on, I read the paper. And that's how I made it in America.
And I'm Willie Loman.
I'm Willie Loman.
But those guys now are like, this is a police state. And they look at you like this. This is a police state, right? That's their personality now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willie Loman's grandson is like, if I take the fucking vaccine, I'll fucking... if they make me take the jab, I'll fucking blow the president's face off his goddamn body. Don't whistle in the elevator.
I make Mark David Chapman look like fucking Mr. Rogers, all right?
I just get in my Ford F-150 and I'm minutes away from snapping.
I got napalm in my trunk. I got shit they didn't even use in Vietnam.
If I don't get promoted at the screw factory, I'm going to fucking buy 900 pounds of fertilizer and blow the place to kingdom come. With Mr. Jefferson inside.
It's guys applying to government jobs, doing this with their hands as they're applying to the jobs. Like, what government building should I infiltrate and demolish?
What could I learn here before I become radicalized? I mean, I'm going to work here for about 20 years, and then I'll slowly become radicalized online. And then I'll know all the exits.
Right. Yeah, they're like, oh, what's my 30-year plan? So I'm going to work here for about 10 to 15 years. And then I'm going to be on the news one day. And then I'll spend the rest of my life, in various maximum security prisons around the country.
The morning he does it, he's watching SpongeBob. Like, today's the big day, Gary. He's like, you're damn right it is, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Tightens his bow tie.
God,
straight to the fan.
I wish the news still mattered because there's so many psychos that end up like journalism and mass communication majors at universities. They're fucking losers. Anybody who's a JMC major, and I was one of them, they're huge losers.
What's a JMC?
Journalism, mass communication, stuff like that. I don't know, whatever it is at your school.
It's guys who in the 60s would have been able to just get a job where they're banging away at a typewriter and they buy a house from that.
Where the cigarettes it's not touching their lips, but they're smoking it.
Yeah.
And while they're just ticking and tacking away at a thing.
But now, like, the highest form of that is, like, you get a job at Wired writing about how, like, sex robots are cool.
Yeah. And there's also people I knew who were journalism majors who really wanted to work at like a news station and